So today, we're looking at the BMW models you should avoid in 2025. Not because they are bad cars to drive, but because the ownership experience can turn into something you don't want to deal with. This isn't about hating BMW. It's about being smart, knowing which models deliver the true BMW experience, and which ones can quietly drain your wallet while pretending everything is fine. Let's get into it. Point 1. The BMW X5 and X6, 2014 to 2019, with the N63 V8. The N63 engine is one of the most powerful BMW V8s ever built. It's fast. It's smooth. It sounds incredible. But if you go online and search N63 problems, you'll fall into a black hole of owner horror stories, long repair lists, and maintenance bills that can make even wealthy owners take a deep breath. Oil consumption issues, turbo failures, injectors, sensors, timing chain stretch, cooling system demons. The engine can run beautifully, right until it doesn't. BMW made updates over the years, N63TU, TU2, TU3, and each version got better. But in the used market, cars get mixed together. A lot of people don't know which version they are buying, and many of these SUVs didn't get the maintenance they desperately needed. So unless you're ready to treat it like a high-maintenance European supercar, the X5 and X6 with this V8 are better admired from a distance. 2. The BMW 7 Series, 2009 to 2015. Luxury is expensive. But BMW luxury, especially from this era, can be another level of commitment. The 7 Series was packed with early versions of modern tech, soft closed doors, complex electronics, early driver assist features, and suspension systems that were incredible when new, but age like milk if not maintained perfectly. Air suspension failures, transmission quirks, endless electrical surprises, and incredibly tight engine bays that make even simple repairs time-consuming. The car drives beautifully, smooth, silent, powerful. But by 2025, most of these 7 Series are deep into their depreciation curve, and the maintenance cost doesn't match the low purchase price. You can buy one for cheap, but you can't own one cheaply. 3. The BMW 328i, 2012 to 2016, with the N20 engine. The N20 is one of BMW's most important modern engines. It's efficient, lightweight, turbocharged, and when everything works right, it feels strong. But this engine comes with one of the most infamous problems in BMW history: timing chain failure. If the chain stretches or snaps, the engine is destroyed. Not damaged, ruined. BMW extended warranties, updated parts, and improved later production years, but many early N20 engines still fail without warning. And in 2025, most of these cars are well past warranty, owned by people who don't know the risk. If you find a perfectly maintained one, great. But if you see a cheap 328i, you're not getting a deal. 4. The BMW 5 Series, 2011 to 2016, with the N47 diesel. Diesels are supposed to be reliable. That's the whole reason people buy them. But the N47 diesel engine had a fatal flaw: the timing chain was placed at the back of the engine, right against the firewall. Meaning, if it goes bad, repairing it requires removing the entire engine. The chain can rattle. It can stretch. It can snap. And if it does, you're suddenly facing a repair that costs more than the value of the car. BMW diesel owners loved the fuel economy, the torque, and the smoothness. But in 2025, the N47 is not worth the risk unless you have ironclad proof of recent timing chain service. 5. The early BMW i3, 2014 to 2016. The i3 is one of BMW's most unique cars ever. Carbon fiber chassis. Instant electric torque. Wild, futuristic design. It's an amazing city car when everything works. But the early models? They came with several problems that make them risky today. Battery degradation issues. Charging module failures. Early electronics that feel like beta versions. Rex models with engine problems. And because the i3 is built like no other BMW, repairs can be surprisingly expensive. You're not dealing with steel body panels and simple hardware, you're dealing with advanced materials that require special tools and specialized knowledge. Later models are great. Early models are an experiment. 6. The BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe, 2014 to 2016, with the N26 engine. The N26 was supposed to be the cleaner, greener, more emissions-friendly version of the N20 engine. But it inherited many of the same problems, including timing chain issues and high-pressure fuel system failures. It also comes with very specific emissions equipment that is extremely expensive to replace. The car drives beautifully, smooth, sporty, elegant, but the ownership costs can feel out of proportion compared to other BMW options in the same price range. If you're looking for a 4 Series, the 435i or 440i with the B58 engine is a far better choice. 7. The first generation BMW X1, 2013 to 2015. The idea behind the X1 was great. A compact BMW SUV with sporty handling and good practicality. But the execution? Let's just say it wasn't BMW's finest moment. The first generation X1 is basically a previous Gen 3 series platform squeezed into SUV form. It drives okay, but the interior feels cheaper than a BMW should, the electronics have aged poorly, and the ride quality is surprisingly rough for a premium crossover. It's one of those BMWs that feels like the brand was still figuring out what a compact SUV should be, and didn't fully nail it yet. Later generations fixed everything. 8. The BMW 535i, 2010 to 2013, with the N55 engine. The N55 is a beloved engine, smooth, powerful, and capable. But the early versions had injector problems, wastegate rattle issues, and high-pressure fuel pump failures. In the 535i, these problems are made worse by the weight of the car and the way owners tend to drive them. The result is a big luxury sedan with a long list of potential repair costs. The car itself is comfortable, refined, and very BMW-like on the road. But in 2025, too many of these early N55-equipped 535i models are on their third, fourth, or fifth owner, and the maintenance history gets blurrier every year. A risky buy unless you know its entire life story. 9. The BMW X3, 2013 to 2017, with the N20 engine. The X3 is one of BMW's best-selling models, and for good reason. It's comfortable, practical, and surprisingly fun to drive. But when you pair it with the early N20 engine, all the engine's weaknesses become magnified. The X3 is heavier than a 3 Series, so the engine works harder. Turbochargers wear out faster. Timing chains stretch more easily. And heat builds up faster in city driving. By 2025, many of these engines are in the danger zone. If you want an X3, the later B48 powered models are significantly safer. 10. The BMW 650i, 2012 to 2017, with the N63 V8. Beautiful car. Incredible interior. One of the best-looking BMWs of the modern era. But the N63 strikes again. If there's one theme in BMW ownership to remember, it's this. The N63 V8 is a high-performance car. Oil consumption. Valve stem seals. Turbo failure. Carbon buildup. Cooling nightmares. The 650i is a dream when it runs well, but too many owners report unpredictable reliability. In 2025, unless the previous owner treated it like a newborn baby, this is best avoided. At the end of the day, BMW is still one of the best driving brands in the world. When they get a car right, they really get it right. The balance, the feel, the connection, the engineering. That's why people stay loyal to the brand for decades. But that's also why it's important to know which models deserve that loyalty, and which ones don't. The cars on this list aren't bad to drive. Most of them drive better than anything else in their class. The problem isn't behind the wheel, it's behind the scenes. Engines that wear out too quickly. Electronics that weren't ready for the real world. Luxury features that age faster than the car itself. And repair bills that can turn an affordable used BMW into a financial nightmare. Owning the right BMW is an incredible experience. Owning the wrong one can feel like a full-time job. So if you're shopping in 2025, do your homework. Know the engines. Check the service history. Look for updated parts, later production years, and owners who cared. Because the difference between a BMW you love and a BMW you regret is usually the one decision you make before you buy it.